and welcome to Community Connections. I'm Andrea Tarr, your host, and I'm filling in today for Tom Hayes of New Jersey Natural Gas. Today my special guest will be Linda Rossi, who is the Director of Oceans Family Success Center, and Renee McAleavy, who's Director of Sales at Crestwood Manor. So my first guest is Renee McAleavy. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure. My pleasure to have you here. So tell us a little bit about Crestwood Manor.
Well, Crestwood Manor is a CCRC, or an easier term would be a full-service senior living community.
Okay.
It's a kind of variant on an active adult community with a large campus, and it has on-site assisted care and nursing home care as folks' needs change and they age in place.
So first tell us, where are you located? Where is Crestwood located?
We're located in Whiting, New Jersey,
Ocean
which
County.
is Manchester Township, right near Toms River.
All right.
And
so a full-service retirement community. I had never heard that actual expression before.
Yeah, it's kind of a new way of being able to describe what used to be named continuing care retirement community, which is really CCRC, which is really the formal name for it. But sometimes that doesn't fully denote what the community has, because most times people are so continuing care with care facilities, assisted living or nursing home, when really it's more about the independent lifestyle that folks have, just with the on-site provision of assisted care and nursing home for later on.
Should you need it.
Should you need it, absolutely. It's there and you don't have to go anywhere else for it.
Now, you are part of a much larger organization that's been around for a very long time. So you want to talk a little bit about Spring Point?
Oh, I would love to. Spring Point is a wonderful organization. It's not for profit. It's been around for 100 years. It's a total New Jersey company. Very long time, yes. They have been a leader in the industry for senior housing and healthcare services. And they presently own and operate 7 continuing care retirement communities in New Jersey. And they also have 26 affordable housing communities as well. So they have a nice range of housing and services for folks, regardless of their, their stage of life or their pocketbook.
All right, now you've got a very large, you've got a 43-acre campus at Crestwood, so you've got a big piece of property there. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect at that facility. What kind of amenities are available?
Well, first what people expect is when they walk through the door, they don't believe how much is there, because you can't see it from the road or even when you pull into the driveway, because it is 43 acres.
It's big.
But you have several buildings on campus, and the first thing you walk into is the clubhouse. And the clubhouse houses all the wonderful amenities, like a pool and a fitness center and a couple of restaurants and, card and game rooms, convenience store, beauty parlor, everything you could want. And then off of that is your connecting hallway that leads to independent buildings, and there are 4 of them. And they lead to garden apartments.
Okay, so it's a garden apartment setup.
It's a garden apartment style living.
Very nice.
1 and 2 bedrooms. They have decks and patios. It's very comfortable, and that's for folks that really are like you and I. I'm over 62, but that's what you have to be able to move in. You have to be able to function and take care of yourself.
Well, because it's independent living.
It's independent living. But the nice thing about the campus, on separate but attached buildings, you have assisted care, you have a rehab center, you have a nursing home, so no other moves are necessary when you come there.
For people who really don't understand about a full-service retirement community, how would you describe it being different from an assisted living or a nursing home, which it certainly is not?
Right.
But how do you describe that?
That's a good question, because a lot of folks today, when they're researching options, they all think when they can't live at home anymore, right away they need assisted living.
Right.
When in actuality, assisted living or even nursing home is for folks that really don't be able to take care of themselves. They need care services. They might need help with bathing or dressing or meal preparation or medication management. It's not something that they are comfortable doing or able to do. In contrast, folks that move to a community like mine, they're still independent. They're coming out of generally 55+ communities. They want to maximize their independence because they're still engaged. And full service retirement communities do provide that because they found that folks actually live longer and healthier because they have more opportunities to engage and stay socially active, which makes one healthier.
And we always talk about aging in place, and if you're in a good place, it makes it a lot easier.
Absolutely. And sometimes, you know, the place is not the home. You know, like most people would love to be able to stay there, but you take a few of the storms that we've had or bad weather and people get isolated and they can't get out, or maybe they've given up driving and they're not socializing. You've created an environment where somebody can really, you know, go downhill very quickly. Where in communities like ours, you have those opportunities to stay engaged and to see people every day, and also the checks and balances of having staff and nursing staff and security staff to make sure folks are still doing okay.
Should you need it.
Should you need it, absolutely.
But all residents have access to all of your wonderful amenities.
Absolutely. So whatever they enjoy doing before they moved in, they can continue after they move in. So if they enjoy painting and art, if they like to do crafting, if they enjoy getting together in a theater group or they're part of a chorus,
it's all there.
It's all there. And one of the nice things that I found in the years that I've been doing this, sometimes after a while folks will stop engaging in their activities while they're at home, and then they move in and then they re-engage again and they go, wow, I can't believe what I was missing, or I'm happy to be able to do this again.
I think one thing that's wonderful is if someone isn't driving and you're in a community where you can walk everywhere. You know, you don't have to. And I imagine you must provide services for people to go shopping.
We do.
Or do you have that?
Yeah, definitely. What's really wonderful is that, as I said, the whole community is enclosed. So on an inclement weather day, whether it's too hot or too cold.
Oh, that's right. You did say enclosed. Yeah.
Yep.
So
people just walk from their apartment into the hallway into the clubhouse area. They don't have to go outside.
You can skip the whole winter.
Absolutely, sounds good to me.
It does.
And then, you know, if they need to get a quart of milk or maybe need to go to the doctor, they can do all that right on the property. But if for some reason, you know, the bus also goes out to malls and stores and fun places like the Philadelphia Museum and the grounds for sculpture. So you're never just stuck in the building or in your apartment. You're able to get out and about.
Where do you find that most of your residents originate from? Do they come from North Jersey? Do they come from the tri-state area?
That's an interesting question too, because where we're settled in Whiting, we have about 13 55+ communities around us, and so they tend to be our residents. And those folks came from North Jersey, Staten Island, and Brooklyn, you know, looking for a better place to retire, leaving behind the high taxes and all that of upstate. So those folks tend to be, we're like that next step after 55+ for folks to move in.
All right. So explain a little bit about, so a typical 55+ community, which is not exactly what you are.
Right.
So how would you define that?
Well, 55+ communities are homes, and they are in an age-restricted environment. They have a clubhouse, but of course the clubhouse is outdoors, so you still have to maintain your home.
Yes.
You know, you still have to be able to get out and about if you want to socialize, you know, or drive to be able to get there. You're still paying fees to maintain your home as well. The 55+ communities provide some services. And those folks are active, engaged, and generally, you know, folks start out 55 and until about 80, people will stay there very comfortably. After that, folks look at an environment where they don't want to do home maintenance, they don't want to about their roof, you know, breaking or having to pay for a new one.
Plus you might need some additional assistance with your daily living.
Mostly for most of the women we see, it's like, Renee, I'm tired of cooking. I don't want to cook anymore. I don't feel like cleaning, because we provide all of those services. So now when you're older and you have maybe your energies are limited, you want to use them to the things you enjoy instead of the things you have to do. And that's what communities like ours provide for folks when they move in.
What are some of the obstacles that, you know, I guess we were saying before, mental obstacles that people face, like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? How do I know when I'm really ready for this kind of community?
You know, my answer is going to be different than if you were asking a senior that was sitting across from you, okay? But I can tell you from the years that I've been doing this, the folks that do this and do it successfully are younger and healthier and have not waited for a health crisis to do it. When you get to that place where the house is already becoming a burden, you're not able to shop, or you're not cooking for yourself, you're not driving, you know, you're really on the cusp, and it's really definitely time to make the move. But what's interesting is that folks don't see the change that's happening to them.
No.
And we do, and we gently try to guide them in that direction, because sometimes folks may not be appropriate for us and may need to be referred to somewhere else. But yeah, you know, it's different if you're asking me than if you're asking the person who is living that environment. But usually it should happen sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if someone is interested in Crestwood and wants to know more, what do they need to do?
Well, you can call us at 1-866-662-7359, and that's a toll-free number.
Okay.
We're there to answer questions. Even if someone is not sure Crestwood Manor is the community for them, we help folks understand the different retirement options. They can call, they can request a brochure, they can request a video, or they can even call and set up a tour if they would like. Come take a tour,
yeah. I always think that's a great thing to really see it for yourself.
I think so. You can only learn so much from paper or even from the video. I think it's great to go into the community, meet the residents, meet the staff, see how they interact, number one, because that's most important, because that's where a person is going to live, and you want to know who's going to be providing those services and how good they are or not at it. And so I think an on-site visit is always important, and I encourage people to really do their homework. They should visit a community like mine, an assisted living, a nursing home, or even look into home care, just so they know what type of service is going to be best for them.
Right. I saw it with my mother. I'm sure a lot of people can say this, you know, until it happens to you and your family, you're not really aware of all the different options. And the best way, you have to do your homework, but there's no substitute for going there and talking to people, meeting some of the neighbors, seeing what they have to say.
Yep, absolutely.
But it sounds like you do have a marvelous facility there.
Oh, thank you very much. We like to think so.
Now, you've been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah, I've been in senior housing and health services over 20 years. I absolutely love it. I've started back when I worked for a healthcare system doing senior community outreach, and then assisted living grew and became very popular in New Jersey.
Yes.
And then I was introduced to continuing care, and that was the absolute best for me. So that's where I landed at Crestwood Manor for the last 15 years.
Now, you sent me a great quote, which I'm going to ask you to read, or you probably have it memorized.
Yep.
I loved it.
Well, because I always tell people they need to plan. It's really very important, and not to wait for a crisis. And it's by Peter Drucker, and he says to remember, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark.
Yes, this is true. You know, yeah.
He had a lot of time to prepare, just like we're given a lot of time to prepare, and sometimes we put it off.
We are, well, of course, you know, we like to think we're invincible, right. And we're going to be around forever. But it's important to acknowledge that we do need to make some changes in our life.
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you being with me today.
Oh, thank you.
It's really a pleasure, Renee. And once again, tell people if they're interested, give us your phone number for Crestwood Village.
Sure. Crestwood Manor is 1-866-662-7359.
Okay, so I encourage you to give Renee a phone call, take a tour, see for yourself what a beautiful campus it is. So I'm Andrea Tarr. I want to say thank you very much to my guest today, Renee McAleavy, Director of Sales at Crestwood Manor. It's really been a pleasure.
Same here. Thank you again for having me. It's really nice.
Okay, and we will be back in a few minutes after this short message with my next guest. Thank you.
Now's a great time to make your home more energy efficient, and the New Jersey Natural Gas Save Green project is here to help. Take advantage of rebates and incentives up to $15,000, designed to make your whole house more comfortable, improve performance, and save you money. Upgrade your older, inefficient heating equipment, central air conditioning system, and water heater with money-saving, high-efficiency equipment. But don't stop there. Your new equipment will have to work harder, wasting energy dollars if your home is not properly weatherized, by reducing air and duct leaks and installing proper insulation. Call the Save Green Project at 455-NJNG or visit SaveGreenProject.com, and we'll help you get on the road to maximum energy efficiency and savings and explain how you may qualify for up to $15,000 in rebates and incentives. Call Save Green at 877-455-NJNG.
Hello and welcome back to Community Connections. I'm your host, Andrea Tarr, and with me now is Linda Rossi, Director of Oceans Family Success Center. Linda, thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
So right off the bat, let's just say Oceans Family Success Center is a relatively new nonprofit. So how long have you been around? And tell us a little bit about what it is for those folks who don't know.
Okay, so the Oceans Family Success Center is new. We're hitting just about our 6-month anniversary right now.
A baby.
Yes, we're a baby. It's been a whirlwind
Yep.
of activity. It's been a lot of fun. And we're funded through a grant through New Jersey, through the Division of Family and Community Partnerships. And our managing agent is Prevention Resources Inc. in Hunterdon County, who has 44 years of experience behind us. The family success model is very comprehensive. It's very family friendly, and
Well, what exactly is Oceans Family Success Center? What are the services that you offer?
okay. So the Oceans Family Success Center is a welcoming, family-friendly community center that offers a safe, calm, home away from home environment. We want people to come in, have a cup of coffee, have something to eat, feel relaxed, feel comfortable with us so that we can help partner with them to provide them hope and facilitate positive change. We're all about helping them help themselves, giving them a hand up, not a hand out.
Oh, very good. Where are you located?
We're located in Asbury Park on 1201 Springwood Avenue.
Okay.
We're on the west side, and we service the greater Asbury Park community, which is all the surrounding areas of Asbury Park.
So what type of services are you offering people?
Well, we offer a lot of educational programming. We offer collaborative activities. Our core services, I'm going to say the most important core service that we have is advocacy. We advocate for the families on a lot of different levels. We have a bilingual family partner and advocate that helps with bilingual issues. Education, which takes on many forms, different types of education, whether it's homework helpers for the children or parenting skills for the adults.
So you really are addressing the entire family.
We are addressing the entire family. It's
entire
very
family.
comprehensive.
Okay.
We help with housing assistance, employability assistance, life skills, mentoring, support, whatever they need, we're there for them.
And is this a kind of a walk-in service? Are people making appointments?
Both.
Okay.
They can walk in depending on the level of their need and the time frame it might take to take care of that. We do schedule appointments, but we do cater to walk-ins also.
Now, there are other family success centers throughout New Jersey?
Yes, it's a statewide network.
okay.
There's 58 within New Jersey. There happens to be 3. I'm the 3rd in Monmouth County.
Okay.
One is in Long Branch, and one is in Leonardo on Route 36. So I happen to be in Asbury Park on the west side. It's a great community. It's I'm so pleasantly surprised because in the past, Asbury Park has gotten a bad rep, but I'm telling you, Asbury Park is great. I feel very safe there. The community is so willing to help out, and so I've just been overwhelmed, not overwhelmed, but like overwhelmed with...
In a good way?
In a good way, I should say. Overwhelmed in a good way with how
way.
much the community really wants us to be successful and is there to help us be successful.
Are your services different than are available now in the community?
Services are available immediately.
No, I mean, are other organizations offering as such a comprehensive service as you are for family success?
All the family success models do offer comprehensive services, but what makes each family success center unique in and of itself is that it represents the needs of that specific community.
Okay. So they are not necessarily cookie cutter models.
No,
Okay.
there are similar programming, but not every program will work in every success center, and so I've been surprised over what works and what doesn't work. if you had asked me, I would have said a crocheting club never would have worked in Asbury Park, but yes, it works in Asbury Park. Homework helpers seems to work across the board for the children. Arts and crafts obviously works for the children. So right now for parenting, I'm getting in Asbury, in this community, a lot of single fathers, which are very concerned about helping their children, which is so pleasantly surprising.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and a lot of grandparents also.
Now, tell me about your family advisory board.
My family advisory board is great. They are what helps us become unique because they're a set of dedicated, passionate individuals that volunteer, and they offer us such invaluable insight into what type of programming that area needs, which is the backbone of us being successful. So we couldn't do it without them. So I'm very proud of my family advisory board. They jumped into it right off the bat. It usually takes people time to set up a really good, strong advisory board, and my volunteers jumped in from day one. And I mean, like when we were picking out paint colors, they were knocking down the door.
So you talked about, these are volunteers, so I'm imagining that you need some volunteers in your organization. And so what are you looking for in the way of volunteers, and how can people find you, and what are you looking for?
Okay, so what I'm looking for is someone who's dedicated, someone who wants to make a difference in a life. And when I mean a difference, it could be as small as making a difference in one child's life. Somebody that, like, we always need mentors for our children. We need teachers for our homework helpers. We need other volunteers maybe to help us run a program or to supervise the children, depending on you know, how big the program is, because, you know, you need the right ratio for, you know, adults to child. That's, you know, goes without saying. So, you know, people that understand the community and want to make a difference in that community.
Are there any special skills that you're looking for that volunteers might be able to help you with?
Special skills, I would say that they have to be adept at handling children, adept at also to understanding a little bit of the complexity of the situation. We always have to be mindful that there's some things we cannot do, and if we can't provide a direct service, then we will connect you to the service that will be the most beneficial.
So what's the best way for people to reach out to you, volunteers and people who need your services?
I would call first the office. So
and the number?
732-455-5272.
Okay.
You can check out our website, which is www.oceansfsc.com. And I just got it up and running, the first 8 pages, but there's more pages coming. So again, that goes back to us being new. It's been a whirlwind of activity. So,
what's your #1 priority as far as, you know, the community?
My #1 priority, I'm going to say, is collaboration. And by that, I mean collaboration with the family members in the actual community, the volunteers, the other social services. I am not going to waste anybody's time, money, or effort duplicating services. We're looking for the gaps in the services. We're looking to meet the immediate needs of the people coming in our door. So we want to do the right programming. We don't want to spin our wheels because, you know, we want to make a difference. Whether it's a small difference or a big difference, it's a difference for us.
And you're working with families of all ages?
Yes, we are. Right now we have children that are coming in, I'm going to say upper elementary to middle school. We are in the process of developing programming that we're hoping will attract teens. Some of the immediate needs that we're finding right now is everybody needs affordable housing, so but employability skills. So that 16 to 24 age, working on employability programs, but also too, I want to reach the children before that age, so that they learn a lot of the soft skills that you need before you even get into those programs, so that they get a little bit of a leg up once they're in those employability
So it
programs.
sounds like mentoring and tutoring are a very big part of this for kids.
It is right now. What I'm finding is a lot of children coming in my door. A lot of single moms, single dads, so there's where the parenting education comes in. Some co-parenting issues are showing up. So we're developing programming around that. But with that being said, we're fluid. I always say our guiding principles, the last one is we're a work in progress. And it sounds like we don't know what we're doing, but I consider it a badge of honor because we're constantly refining and retuning.
That's good. I consider that a good thing. What are some of your future plans?
My future plans is to grow through collaboration, grow our volunteers, grow our programming. I want to create a wider net so that our impact is bigger within the community.
Who are some of the people that you're hoping to collaborate with that would really make a big difference to you?
The other social services agency, we have a big Latino population.
Right.
They're a little afraid right now, so we're doing some collaboration with CARC. We're doing other collaborations with other nonprofits. Covenant House is down the street from us. We have a lot of synergy on that block.
So I'm thinking bilingual volunteers would be
bilingual is
very
always
helpful.
good.
Yes.
And Spanish is a big language, but I was also surprised that Creole is right up there. So if anybody knows Creole, give us a call.
Good to know. Okay.
So.
And what about a little bit about your background? How do you come into this field?
So I've been in nonprofit in one form and another for about 20 years now. I started when I was at home with my children. I started as a volunteer. My original email was Volunteer Central, so I did a lot of volunteering. I jumped into everything. I sat on my, I'm from Aberdeen, I sat on the Matawan Aberdeen Educational Foundation as a vice chair, and then I started my full-time jobs in nonprofit. So I've worked, I've lived in Monmouth County for 28 years, and I've worked in Monmouth County.
So you know the area.
So so I know the area, and I just have to say my staff also knows the area. They're from Monmouth County. One lives in Neptune and the other in Eatontown, and they're very familiar with the population, so that's a big help.
So what, as the director of this new organization, what are you just loving about this?
I love that every day is different. Every single day is different, and our challenges are different every day, and our successes are different every day. So that's great for me. We helped a young man get back into school, and we all know how important education is. So we've got him on a correct path for his future career. We just recently, as of yesterday, helped a family that, with this current snowstorm, was out of an apartment, and we found a place for them to live for a week until we can find a more permanent solution, and their 4-year-old daughter has a safe place, a dry place to spend the night. We gave them food, and so I'm very happy.
So once again, Linda, just tell us again how people can reach out to you if they're interested.
They can call me or my community outreach coordinator. Her name is Phyllis Ledbetter, and again, the number is 732-455-5272.
Okay, very good. Well, that's our show for today, and I want to say a big thank you to Linda Rossi, Director of Oceans Family Success Center, serving the greater Asbury Park area. And I was your host today, filling in for Tom Hayes. I'm Andrea Tarr. Thank you so much for watching Community Connections, and we'll see you next time.